What's up, guys? I'm Tyler Casey, and welcome to the 16th episode of Wolf Talk. If you guys are not familiar with my podcast, here I sit down with other creatives, anyone who shoots, edits, directs music videos, but it's not limited to music videos, any other filmmakers, videographers, anyone who really creates anything. I like to sit down with them, talk to them about their craft, how they create, give some tips and tricks, and give some advice for beginners. Today I'm sitting down with Baws World Films, also known as Ariel. He's super dope. I actually just linked up with him on the combat video I shot. He did the visual effects. It was super cool. If you guys haven't seen it, make sure to check it out. He did the bullets. He did the reflections off the sword. He did the titles. And yeah, it was a really cool shoot. So glad to have you on, man. How you doing today?
Good, man. Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, dude, it's awesome. What have you been up to?
Right now I'm just finishing up a video that I did for NBNL featuring Domo called Got 'Em, and I'm also working on 2 videos at the same time. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, nice. How'd the video come about, the Domo NBL one?
So I was doing an internship for Thizzler in Oakland, and I ended up dropping from the internship, but Matt still he was still interested in my work and what I had to offer, so he asked me to do a video for them.
That's cool. Yeah, because I remember I was giving you some advice on this. You were talking, and then you want to go into directing videos, so yeah. I mentioned that it's probably better to just go out there and shoot and direct and get on sets and learn that way. So that's cool that he listened to what you said, and then you were able to go out and shoot that. Cool. Yeah. Is that any cool details about that video? Or anything that we should see coming soon? Or
yeah, for sure. That was my first shoot where I actually planned it out very in detail. And even Domo, he came up to me like 2 or 3 times, and he was like, "Man, this is like the most I've ever been directed." And
yeah.
So I was like, that was because most people, they just pull up and shoot, and they really got a plan, and they kind of figure it out during post production.
And sometimes what I've seen is video directors and just people who shoot in general will look to the artist for ideas. Yeah, they'll be like, oh, okay, what should we do next? And really it should be the director giving those notes to the people, So, I mean, I think that's cool that you took initiative like that. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, so, yeah, we linked up. Let's talk a little bit about let's go further back. When did you start doing videos? When could you remember when you first started doing videos?
Music videos or videos in general?
Just videos. Okay. As a kid, when did you find interest in what you do as far as visual effects and just being interested in creating videos?
Yeah. So I remember I've always been into movies. My dad always took me to the movie theaters, and that was basically one of the only ways that we bonded. And so loved movies. And when I was 12, I remember watching Star Wars, and I paused it. And I was like, wait, I need to look up how to do this.
Yeah.
So I remember going on YouTube at the time and searching how to put a lightsaber, and there was this software called LS Maker, and you could basically.
I think I remember seeing that. Really? Yeah, I was hella interested in that, but I think I did it once or twice, but my lightsabers look like shit.
Yeah, no, I still have a picture of it actually when I was a kid. I can show you.
Send me that. I'll put it on the screen right now if you guys are watching on YouTube. That's hella funny, dude. So yeah, you were. And that was cool because around that time, it was everyone wanted to do the lightsaber effect. I don't know why. There were no other good tutorials, but for some reason, kids love making freaking lightsabers. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess it was just because how big Star Wars was. So that's tight. So so you used LS Maker, and then what else were you using at the time to create these? What kind of camera were you using, or what was that like?
So after that, my dad had just bought a Sony Handycam.
Okay,
those little camcorders.
Was it blue?
No, it was silver.
Okay, yeah, I had a blue one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? And how old were you at that age?
I was about 13.
Okay, nice.
And I was a pretty. I didn't really have many friends out of school, so I would just go home after and then play video games or just go outside with the camera and record myself on a tripod doing lightsaber swings and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's when I started getting into. I don't know if you've heard of Andrew Kramer. He makes tutorials.
Yeah.
For-
channel does he run? Doesn't he have a YouTube channel?
He has a YouTube channel.
Or is it video? Does he run Video Copilot?
He runs Video Copilot.
Yeah.
So the YouTube channel I think came later, but most of his videos were put on the website.
Yeah.
And he had a plugin called what was it? I don't remember. Saber VC Saber or something.
Okay.
Like that.
Yeah. I've heard of that.
I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, that's when I started doing the frame by frame, keyframing the the lightsaber and getting, a lot of patience that I had to teach myself during that time.
Yeah. So, were any of your friends doing it at the time? I mean, did you have, or was it just kind of like something you did and you didn't really tell anyone about?
I had one friend. His name was Eduardo at the time, and whenever we had a class together in school, I would always try to get out of having to do like boring like papers by asking the teacher if I could make a video instead.
Yeah, I used to do that too.
Really?
Yeah. My videos would suck, but I'd still try and do it. And then like sometimes the teacher would be like, oh, like you could tell they thought it was bad, but sometimes they'd be like, oh, that's cool. But yeah.
So I remember one of my first ones. I had a history class, and we made like a World War II video where we kind of used a green screen and we give like facts about it, and then we had like this couple action scenes with me with a gun and me punching me in the face and just random action scenes that had nothing to do with World War II. But
nice. And what were you editing on at the time? Was it just like an old PC or what?
Yeah, just like a crappy. Like,
that's what. Yeah, you're just like your parents' computer.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, and yeah, dude. I think that's like, I don't know. One thing that kids don't know anything about is just like. Because I feel like kids now can, like, I don't know, everyone just has their own laptops. Maybe still some kids, like, will be using, like, their mom's laptops, But, like, I still remember just, like, I don't know, chopping up on, like, my parents' computer. And then it was just so slow. And it had, like, no RAM. And, like, it was horrible. And, like, one time I, like, hella wanted to do a green screen. I just remember this. I haven't thought about this in how long. Like, I was just obsessed. I was like, I want to try and do green screen. Because, like, so I made my mom take me to Walmart. And I was watching hella YouTube videos. And then I bought hella green paper. And we spent hella long, like, taping it together. And then, like, it kind of worked. But, like, it also, I did the chroma key effect in Sony Vegas. And, like, it just, like, I was just, like, pissed. I was like, it didn't work, but.
Yeah, when you're a kid, like, the things your parents do for you it's just funny.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's hella cool. But, yeah, it's that clip on your Instagram of you, what's it called, the clip on Instagram of you just holding that knife and just, like, blocking that stuff really just brought me back to my childhood and just made me think of, like, I don't know, what a lot of people don't do nowadays, like how you said, like, I don't know, you were built for this. And, like, a lot of people are afraid to just take that step and just do stupid things. Or people are afraid to look stupid when shooting videos now. Yeah. Like, because they don't know what they're doing. And, like, literally right there, you were learning. Like, and I think that's one of the coolest things. Because, I still get DMs all the time, like, oh, I don't know how to shoot my first video. Like, I don't want to look stupid. It's just like, dude, I still look stupid. Like, I do stupid stuff all the time on set. So, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. People are too, I don't know. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, like, I feel like, honestly, there's no such thing as looking stupid. I feel like the people that, like, you might have the perception of yourself, but honestly, on the outside, you're, like, really fucking cool, Yeah. Like, if you can embrace that looking stupid aspect, like, you actually look fucking cool. You're, like, innovating and you're doing, like, you have the balls to look stupid, and that alone, like, says, like, a lot.
Yeah, so, I don't know. I feel like people should just get past that and, like, I don't know. You might feel stupid just because, like, you messed up or you failed, but I don't know. It's just a learning process, and you kind of just got to get out there and push yourself to do different things. And, like, that mindset that you had as a kid, just trying different things, and just, like, because I mean, how many times did you fail doing a VFX? Because I know VFX it's a very daunting task because it's frame by frame and you really have to pay attention to a lot of detail to pull it off. So I mean, I think that's one thing that, I mean, I still edit, and I mean I've failed like a million times, like, whether it's like, I'm sure you've had like computer crashes, you've had all sorts of crazy stuff like that. So, I don't know. What was that like for you? Did you just like continue to push through it, or when doing stuff like that?
Yeah. So, in the beginning, like, I don't know. For me, it wasn't, I think because of my background, just like being into video games, and also like my whole family has ADHD, so I think most of us, most at least the people that I know in my family, like we're really good at focusing on one task for long periods of time if we're really like into it.
Yeah.
So whenever I would do like lightsaber effects, like I wouldn't mind going like 8 hours straight, just like
Yeah.
frame by frame and moving it. So
That's tight.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, as far as like isn't I feel like I have trouble focusing on things, but when it's like an edit that I'm really into, or like that's what I noticed is like I would sit down and edit, and then I would like miss like 2 meals or like 3 meals, and I'd be like, oh shit, like I was editing like just like something small for like my family, and then I'd just be like, oh man, like I've been doing this for a while, like my eyes would hurt and it'd be like dark outside.
Yeah.
So I kind of knew then that's like something I did really like to do. So, and I still do like doing that. So that's cool. So when did you start making a transition, like where you realized, so you did this throughout high school, right?
Actually, I stopped when I was around 14, so I did
Okay.
it for like 2 years, and then I kind of felt like I was wasting my time for some reason. I went on this weird like path where I didn't know what to do with my life, and I was just going to school just to go to school, and I got really addicted to video games, play Halo and like RuneScape all day.
Shout out RuneScape.
Shout out RuneScape.
Yeah.
But I'm grateful for those experiences because I feel like a lot of my creativity I owe to video games. So I'm not hard on myself anymore about that.
No, video games are definitely tight. Do you still play video games or?
No, I actually had this is it epiphany where you have like this moment of realization?
Yeah, that's epiphany.
Yeah. So I just had that moment like a year ago. That's when about a year and a half ago, that's when I quit video games.
Yeah. Did you ever do like video game videos, like montages or
I did.
like Call of Duty montages or anything like that?
I did like 2 or 3 Halo videos, but I would put them on YouTube, and then nobody would watch them and get discouraged easily and take it down.
That's the same thing with me. And like, I mean, I'm happy I didn't stick with it because I'm happier doing what I am now. Because if I were to do that, I know I would be. The thing I like about this job is it pushes me to be more extroverted, you know, because if I was in that other, like let's just say like I started making like Call of Duty videos because I love playing Call of Duty, like I would have just been like in my room making Call of Duty videos all day, you know, not really going out shooting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's why, I don't know, I'm happy the way it did happen, but I don't know.
Yeah. Plus, you get to meet like really cool people.
Yeah, you get to meet cool people. I get to sit down with Baws World, so yeah,
Yeah.
we would just be playing video games right now instead.
I know.
But I'm playing. But yeah, so that's cool. So, and then what made you get back into it? So, did you go to college? How old are you right now?
I'm 24.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Did you go to college after high school? And you grew up in, where'd you grow up in?
Fremont, California.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, after I graduated high school, I took like some film classes, like some film history classes. So I would literally get to class, and it was like at 9 a.m. and I would fall asleep because it's just like you're watching movies from the 20s and the 30s, and you're like, God. But yeah, and then I took a screenwriting class, and that was the last straw for me. I was just like so bored out of my mind. I couldn't do this.
Yeah.
So I found out that wasn't what I wanted to do as far as like making Hollywood type movies. So, and then after that, I went to. It's kind of weird, but I went to Bible college. But yeah, that was another story. But when I was Christian, so I went to Bible college. That wasn't for me. And then I came back. I took some physics classes. That wasn't for me. I took like econ. I tried all kinds of things, and
I mean, I think that's smart to try all types of things and then find what you come back to. You can finish the story, but
yeah,
I think that's important to try different things, even in this field, you know. But yeah, so what led you back to doing videos?
So yeah, I just took all these classes, and I just got into this like really big depression. And at that time, like I would wake up and just cry every morning, basically, until my cousin Naj, shout out Naj. She's a producer. She makes like all kinds of beats and all kinds of different things. She's like, hey, like I made this song. Like, can you make a video for me? I was like, okay, like I'll get back on the camera, and I used my dad's Canon 7D, and yeah, I was like editing it, and I was like, oh, I'm actually having fun, like, but, you know, I don't think I could make money off of this, you know, I'm just having fun, But then at that time too, I was getting into hip hop, so because before that I was into metal, so I got into hip hop about 3 years ago, and I was like obsessed with hip hop, just like holy crap, this is like another world.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, maybe I can like fuse the two, and
Yeah.
make some money off of this. So
Yeah.
in the beginning, there's no money, right? I mean, right now there's no money at all, but yeah, I'll get there.
That's
But,
tight.
yeah, that's how I got
So
back into it.
cool. And then how did you see what's it called? How did you come across me? How did we link up? I know how we linked up, but how did you come across me?
Oh,
You
on
remember?
YouTube, like I just
Oh, you came
watching,
across
like,
me on YouTube?
yeah,
That's
your
sick.
tutorials and shit.
That's tight.
I learned a lot from your stuff. So
Sick. What was like one of the tutorials that stood out to you?
oh shoot,
Because some of my tutorials suck, I'm not gonna lie, but some are cool. I was going through and like looking at the views. Like some have hella views that I don't. Like, I'm like, that one's all right. But like some are, I'm like, oh, that's a really good one. Like, yeah.
I think it was an older like. It was like a video on lighting, but I don't.
Okay,
it was so
yeah.
long ago, I don't remember.
It's all good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope you didn't watch any like my effects or like anything, because like you're like way more advanced in effects. So I'm glad it was something like lighting or something different. Like, yeah.
No, I fuck with your shit, bro.
But yeah,
You're
I'm
good.
trying to knock out more. I need to do more tutorials because I've just been doing the wolf talks and then the tutorials and then some vlogs. But I do need to sit down and like make more specific type videos. But that's cool. I like when people, and then where you just like, oh, this guy's like kind of like in the Bay Area. Like when you kind of realize that.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this guy's in the Bay Area. Like, I feel like I can learn a lot from him, and so I was like, I messaged you like a while ago. My memory's really bad about that stuff.
Yeah,
but-
no, I think no, it's fine. We don't need to scroll up, but I do that sometimes on podcasts. But I think actually I want to see how many times you hit me up.
Yeah, you can.
I want to check it out because I was shooting a video for DARS out here in Antioch,
Oh yeah,
and then I was posting that, but I don't remember how many times you hit me up, and I was just like, I had the homie Will come out, Chill It's Will, and I was like, oh, I don't think I have the old one. Oh, no, yeah. You said that's what she said. I said, good one. You said, I got you. And then I was probably a post for behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And then I didn't respond. And then I said, do you need any BTS today in Antioch? And then it was a post. And then you just like, because I deleted it.
Oh, okay.
Because I already got someone. And then I was like, and then I just like said, yeah, slide through. So you double hit me up, and that's what you got to do.
I
Cause
double texted you.
yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to bug people, and like I don't know, people get so discouraged. Like, so yeah, you just really got to hit up artists like continuously, and just like I don't know, just like I don't know, kind of be quick with your responses. And like that was helpful for me, just because I don't know, I had a bunch of people hit me up, and then you're like, hey, you still need BTS, and then you came out, you helped me out hella. And I even mentioned in another podcast, like, you were hella helpful that day. Like, I don't know, you were working hella hard, and it was hella dope. Like, I don't know, like, you did hella stuff. Like, you freaking put up all that plastic, and then you, like, rolled up on my cables. And then, like, I was eating ice cream, and then I felt bad because, like, you were, like, doing hella work. I was like, yo, you can take a break. And I was eating hella ice cream because Berto went and bought me ice cream.
Motherfucker. I was kidding.
Yeah.
No, I didn't even think I was working that hard, honestly.
Yeah, no, it was just helpful. I mean, like,
able to-
you, like, I don't know, just like I didn't have to tell you what to do. Like, you were just doing stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, you're just, like, folding up stuff. Like, even if you didn't know where something went, like, you, like, asked. And, like, don't be afraid to ask questions because, like, someone would rather have you do it the right way than the wrong way. Yeah. And then I think you came out on another shoot that I did out in Oakland. And then you said you did VFX, and I just called you one night, and I was like, hey, do you think you could do this, this, and that for Combat's video? And you're like, hell yeah. So I was like, all right, let's do it. So I wrote the treatment, and then I planned it, and then Andy on set was like, I don't think it's going to work because it's very specific, and, like, there's a red light and a green light, and it's not going to look good. And yeah, but it came out looking really dope. And then the sound design that Combat and I did brought it all together. Yeah. And then the only thing that we should have did is more kickback on the gun. Yeah. Yeah, but it's whatever. Like, I don't know. That's why it's nice to have like a gun that like actually, but
the carbon.
Carbon, or it'd be sick to have blank, so you don't even have to do any of that. But that's you need permits and shit. It's expensive. It's expensive. Yeah. So. But yeah, there was just so many other things going on. I forgot to I usually I saw this on film, right? Like you have the person hold the gun and you just push it like up against their hand so they kind of get like a feeling.
Oh, I never seen that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, so like they can just kind of get like a more realistic feeling of like what it would feel like.
Yeah.
Because you don't want someone going like crazy Desert Eagle, like kickback, but like a realistic amount of kickback. But there's just so many like moving parts on that. I mean, it was a mistake on my part, so on the directing. But I don't know. I still think it came out pretty cool and like.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that was cool. And then so here we are.
Hell yeah, man. Came out really
But
good.
so what programs are you using right now for mainly editing?
Right now, I use Premiere, like everyone else, and then I use After Effects, and I use Photoshop also.
You use Photoshop? Cool.
Yeah, like when I'm, for instance, if you, I don't know if you see in the gun, but I put the hammer on the gun. I made it move.
Yeah, that's probably a lot easier to do in Photoshop than it is in. I've done it once in After Effects. But yeah, you made the hammer kickback, right?
Yeah, like move.
Yeah, so you just like you copied the top layer, dragged it back, right?
Exactly.
And then made like a little indent so it looked like, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go frame by frame, but how many frames was that? Just like one frame or like a couple?
Yeah, so for the blowback, the top of the I don't know what you call that piece, but the part that moves back, I keyframe it once back, so then I move it the position, and then 2 keyframes back to its original position.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
And then I ease, like F9 on After. I don't know, it's like the Audio Bezier hotkey on After Effects.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
For the keyframes.
Yeah, tight. And yeah, I liked I was going through the keyframes the other day, and I liked when Combat slashed it. You even like lit up his face a little bit.
Yeah.
That's pretty tight.
Yeah.
How helpful was it? One thing that we did on set is we used the 120D Mark II with like the lightning mode, and then we just had that flickering, and I tried to have the guy shooting the gun like shoot while the flickering was going.
Yeah.
And it actually, I think it worked pretty good.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so
the timing was off only like on one of the shots, honestly. But nobody's gonna freaking tell. Like,
especially with the sound and everything. But yeah, I wish there was a way that we could have like flickered it on and faster. But I tried everything, and that was our best bet.
No,
like Andy insisted. He's like, "No, we need to do that." And I was like, "All right, Andy, here we go."
He's a pretty detail oriented.
He's very detail oriented, but yeah, it ended up working. So shout out Andy. He was hella juiced too when he saw it. He's like, "Bro, that's so fucking sick. Like, I'm gonna put that on. Like, I'm gonna put that in my reel." Andy's reel's about to go crazy.
I'm excited.
He's got combat. He's got that Kid Boo video in it. That's gonna be sick.
Yeah,
but,
I want to meet him.
You haven't met Andy?
No.
Damn.
I was supposed to pick up a light.
Well, I got that shoot on the 2nd. Are you coming on the 2nd?
Oh, for sure.
Andy will be there.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, cool. Let's get into some of these questions. What are we at right now? 24 minutes. Yeah, we'll get into some questions, and then we'll probably spark some other ideas.
For sure.
All right, cool. All right. Jin Mayacha says, I mess up names a lot, so stay with me here. Why is Ariel so sexy, and how did he get the confidence to lose all that weight and become a sexy ass?
Oh, yeah. That's something that happened. I used to be like 240 pounds. This was like when I was still playing video games, and then I had that moment of that epiphany, and I think that was one of the things that I needed to change first. And I got really into like weightlifting, and I got really into like lifting heavy weights and like squatting and all that stuff. And I think that was like a cool time in my life to show myself that I can like overcome something like that. And then that was just a stepping stone for like what I'm doing right now. Like I can like fucking make crazy ass videos. I just gotta like work hard and be consistent.
That's sick. No, I think definitely like just like hitting up like creatives, like just like hitting up me and like just I don't know, proving yourself on set like definitely will help you out in the future as well. Just like because I don't know, even helping out on Hatch's shoot, I'm sure you learned a lot.
For sure.
Shit like that. I don't know. I just think like I don't know. Like even just like doing that first like step of just like getting on other people's sets is like super beneficial, and like you never know who you'll meet and like how you can collaborate with other people and just like make dope shit. So yeah, that's tight. No, definitely, that's cool, man.
And willing to do like free work and stuff. Cause I feel like everybody thinks that they're wasting time by like doing that, by going out and helping. But
I mean,
you're
even
knowledge. That's how you're
even in school, if you went to like film school or something, you're gonna do an internship like. I don't even know if Hatch got paid, but he was an intern at freaking TMZ for how long?
Oh, really? I think that was in the podcast.
Yeah, I don't know if he got paid or not. It was in the podcast, but yeah, he interned it. Like, you have to do an internship anyways, and like, you're not going to get paid for that. So like think of it as an internship when you do a free video,
Yeah.
but you're just building your portfolio. Like, so I don't know. That's pretty cool. Omar V said tutorial in YouTube, please.
Tutorial, like for the, like in general, make tutorials.
I don't know. Yeah, probably.
I don't know. I would make a tutorial like. I'm not like a. I don't know. I need to. Yeah, I do need to do that. I just need
Yeah.
to motivate myself to do that.
Yeah. So I thought it would be hard balancing it, and it is hard, but it's nice to have it there too, like when like things are slow and you could just knock out tutorials. But you can always do it in the future as well. You know, you can like just gain all this knowledge and then knock it out later, or you can do it while you're doing it. You know, it's just depends whatever works best for you. But yeah, it depends if you like teaching people as well, because that's one thing that like I never really thought, but then I did realize that I always have like teaching people and like doing stuff like that, because when I was in film school, like I'd knock out like an edit hella quick. Like I was in an editing class, and then like people would be like, oh hey, and like I did like going through and like showing people stuff, you know. So I don't know, I think that kind of just like related to me doing YouTube, but I don't know, it just depends what kind of person you are.
Yeah, but for sure I'm gonna do the VFX breakdown.
And that's gonna be sick. Yeah, don't trip on that. But yeah, he's dropping a VFX breakdown of the combat video, so you guys can see that and see how it all was done. TPC cinematography, or TP cinematography. Your work is dope. Let's create someday.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
Down.
D Shield STF said, "Were your VFX self-taught?"
Yeah, everything from the god Andrew Kramer. He's the god.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Hello reminds me, I think it was Andrew Kramer who followed this guy. Did you ever see that one clip of like the Grim Reaper standing over the Golden Gate Bridge?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that dude literally blew up from that one thing. Like hella people were like messing with him after that. That shit was tight though.
Yeah, he does a lot. He I think he does 3D stuff like Cinema 4D work.
Yeah,
because I've seen one of his videos where he's working like a time lapse. So that's something I want to learn too.
Cinema 4D.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
I just have to work with somebody that knows, but I feel like
Yeah. I had a friend. He was kind of, I don't know. He did like, I'll show you it after. I did this video Guala. I don't know if you've seen it, for the homie Dars. And then I collaborated with my friend. He did like all the 3D animated text and stuff, and like he does stuff like that. But he used to play League of Legends. His name's Professor Milk. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. Nah, but he got pretty big on YouTube for a minute, but then he just didn't like doing it anymore. He made like satire, like I don't know, kind of stuff. But he did the animations for me on that, and it was sick. But like he just like, I don't know, he just didn't like doing it that much, like music video stuff. But yeah, I'll show you what that looked like.
Yeah,
my girlfriend wants to know, what's the most ridiculous project you have been asked to work on? I gotta open this because they made it like tiny. Answer that first question? What's the most ridiculous project you've been asked to work on? My project.
Like ridiculous in the sense where I'm like, that's just hard to pull off, I guess.
Or just be like, yeah, that's hella weird.
I wouldn't say this was weird, but like,
I don't
because
know.
I like weird shit, honestly.
Yeah.
I like crazy.
Just like ridiculous. You're like, what the hell? Like, I'm not gonna do that. Like,
honestly, nothing yet.
All right, you're gonna get some weird stuff.
Yeah,
you're gonna be like, oh man, I don't know about that. And then shoot.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a lot of people that just ask. I'm kind of done with the pulling up and just doing.
Yeah.
To me that's ridiculous now. But
yeah.
Just pulling up and shooting people in front of like a car or like all their homeboys, just like, which is cool. Like there's songs for that, but
most definitely, yeah. But yeah, I agree with that as well. I feel like it can be like quick pull up scenes can be cool and spur the moment. Like if it's with the right artist, like let's say it's a big artist and like
Dars.
Yeah, or just like someone really big and like you only have like, hey, we got to do the scene super quick. Like so and so is going to come up. Like that can work, but I understand planning and just planning your shoots is going to be a lot more beneficial and will help you out more in the long run. And then she wants to know, what has been one of your biggest challenges of 2018?
For me, it was the work ethic, working on my work ethic and being at home like all freaking day and try not to be like because I feel like my mood swings a lot. Like one
Mhm.
day I'll be super motivated, but the other one I'm like, fuck, I gotta edit this video, and I've been on it for like 3 weeks. Because
Yeah.
the
No,
edit,
I've been there. Just like have all these edits like just piled up, and you're just like I don't know. Like I don't know. It's hard to stay motivated, especially doing this like on your own every day. You know what I mean? Like you're not. You're not going to a job. You're not getting paid. So like it's like you're your own boss, and it's like you really have to instill that worth ethic in yourself when doing this. So,
yeah, looking at the big picture definitely helps
hmm
sometimes too.
she also wants to know Tyler refers to you as a godsend. Is that true?
I,
I don't know if I've actually ever said those exact words, but there you go.
uh, I think I think we were made for each other.
Yeah,
And
there we
God
go.
definitely God. I'm just kidding.
Sick.
I don't want to talk about God,
It's
but
getting weird.
yeah.
All right, Art Cinema 92. Where are you based? Where are you based from? Where are you based from? Fremont, right?
Yep, Fremont, California.
Answering your we saw this question earlier. Jalima Vision says porque how do you say that?
Você
Eh eh
uhum.
Teo?
Tão.
Nah, you
That's
can
a
read
weird.
it.
Por que você é tão bonitinho?
What's that
So
mean?
that's Portuguese from Brazil, and that means why are you such a cutie? I don't know. Thanks, mom. Thanks, dad.
That's
and
your
and
mom?
my ancestors. No, I'm just thanking
Oh.
them for being.
Oh,
If I
okay.
am a cutie, I
There you
would
go.
thank them. I didn't do anything.
And then we kind of talked on this. How did you link up with the MBN or MB
Maybe no.
Nell?
Yeah. It was Matt. He called me. He was like, "Hey man, do you want to work on this video?" And I think they were. Then the next call was with Monk, who's his manager.
Sick.
Yeah.
That's cool. And when can we expect that video?
I think it's supposed to be released. I don't know if it's the 8th or the 7th of January.
Okay,
But
tight.
yeah, I'm basically done with it.
Sick.
So the trailer's coming out
That's
soon.
tight. I want to see it. Can
Oh,
you
yeah.
show me?
Yeah,
right
I'll
now?
show you.
All
Well,
right,
actually,
sick.
I don't have it. It's on my computer still.
Ah, damn it.
Sorry.
Damn. All right. It's all
I'll send
good.
it to you though.
So this is a segment where I talk to a creative and ask some tips and tricks on ways to invest in yourself, things, some of the tools that you use to create what you create for people starting out. So this is invest in yourself. What are some things that you would recommend for people to start out? Maybe a decent computer, some plugins that you think are really helpful to start doing VFX, and yeah, some of the tools that you use to create VFX.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely having a tight a good computer helps. I would do some research on like I always like kind of type out like on Google top computer parts for
Yeah.
2018, and they kind of sort it through they sort it out with the price and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and see what kind of budget you have, because you can build a pretty decent computer nowadays with like 1500 about
Mhm.
that, and you can use proxies too. Proxies help out a lot, and
Yeah.
yeah, that
Yeah. So, would you recommend getting is there a specific pre-built computer? Like, is there any? How do you
I
feel
would
about
build it.
those?
I would
You
build your
build
own
it, you save
computer.
more money.
Save way
So,
more
if you
money.
guys can't build a computer, you could easily find. There's probably like half the guys you went to school with, built computers, and if you're like not a nerd, you can definitely just like talk to like a nerd you went to
Yeah,
school with.
I can
and
help.
or he can help.
Honestly,
But yeah,
building computers, it seems overwhelming, I think, but it's
Yeah.
so easy. Like
yeah,
the hardest thing about it, honestly, is cable management.
yeah. My
That's-
cable, I think mine's good now, but yeah, I don't know. It is hard.
Yeah, you just get some zip ties, and it just helps a lot. But
Yeah,
yeah, literally, I mean, like RAM, like the RAM sticks just pop
Yeah.
in, like
it's like
everything's-
building Legos.
Yeah, basically.
But so what would be a recommended amount of like RAM that you would recommend to get? Like, what are some specs that you would say are pretty decent to start off with?
Like 16 gigabytes of RAM.
Yeah,
And honest, I mean the memory wise, you can get 8 too. It depends how fast they are too.
Mhm.
So like I don't know the exact numbers.
It's all
but
good.
mine's like 3000 something megahertz or something like
Mhm.
that. And then getting a decent like if you're working with VFX, a decent CPU is probably the most important thing
Mhm.
over the graphics card. Yeah, because that's what's doing all the
The
calculating.
CPU, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the graphics card what's the graphics card really help with? Is that just like render times? Or is it just GPU enabled effects that kind of helps take some of the
Yeah. So
shit
it depends
away.
on the plugin.
Yeah.
And it depends what software you're using. But no, I mean, graphics cards still help.
Mm-hmm.
And for instance, like there's a plugin called Twixtor.
Yeah.
And Twixtor that does like slow motion stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes on Premiere Pro, if you do like optical flow, it gets all like weird,
Yeah.
But Twixtor usually does the work, and that you can. There's an option for like GPU accelerated
Yeah. And would
renders.
you would recommend doing that
Yeah,
when possible?
yeah. And then you asked me also about the plugins. What I
Yeah,
would
so
get.
obviously you would recommend the Creative Cloud, right, from the get-go, like
For
Premiere
sure.
and Adobe. And do you use Dynamic Link a lot?
Yeah. Well, it depends. Like, for instance, if it's just like simple effects like gunshots and stuff
Mhm.
like that, then I stick with the dynamic link. But if it's something heavier, like particles flying around and something that's heavy, then
Yeah.
I'll render it out lossless
Mhm.
and then just import it into Premiere.
Gotcha. Cool.
So, yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, Dynamic Link is basically in Premiere, you could be editing. You could just, let's say you have a clip that you want to do something to in After Effects, right? You would right click that, you would click Dynamic Link to After Effects. It's going to open up. You're going to save where you want to save the After Effects file. So probably just make a new folder, and then you're going to go through and do those effects. Whatever you do in After Effects, when you go back to Premiere, it's going to have it's going to replace that file with your After Effects, and then it's going to have all those effects in there.
Yep.
It can be problematic sometimes, especially when you go like really intense. So that's why he's recommending that you should just take that little clip right there and then just take that into After Effects by itself, right?
Yeah, because if you have a lot of dynamic link segments in there, obviously like you have a certain amount of memory for the cache. So every
Okay.
time you load up Premiere, you're gonna have to render out all those dynamic link segments, and it could take like forever. Like 2,000 frames is gonna take like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So you don't want to do that every time.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So what are some plugins that you would recommend people starting out with to get in After Effects?
So yeah, I would definitely go. I would get the Red Giant suite. They have a trial. I don't know if it's like 15 or 30 days. But yeah, I had to eventually.
And what suite is that for Red Giant? Are you talking Universe or just everything?
I think they have Universe and then they have Trap Code.
Yeah.
Trap Code's like they have like particle world systems and stuff like that, and you can do all kinds of cool stuff like glowing like particles just flying around and or like spinning. Like if you want, you can basically use any PNG. Like let's say you have a PNG of a dollar bill.
Yeah.
You can use that and create like multiple of them and like make it like spin around your subject or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can do all kinds of stuff. And then yeah, what's cool about Red Giant is a lot of like the plugin, for instance, a lot of people use is Ecto.
Yeah.
For the glows and stuff like that. It not only works for Premiere, but it works also in After
Yeah.
Effects.
So that's cool too. If you're not, let's say you can't even afford Premiere, or I mean you can't afford After Effects, and you could just get Premiere itself. But I mean, if you're gonna buy plugins, you might as well get after the whole suite. But I mean, even if you don't want to go that advanced, I've still done videos all in Premiere. I mean, I'm not VFX crazy, but I've done some where I've just used, Sapphire. Or do you have Sapphire or no?
Yeah, I do. I just got it actually like 2 weeks ago.
You like it?
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I feel like it runs smoother than some of the Universe stuff.
Yeah, and then I also really love the preview that you get.
Oh yeah, the preview's cool too.
That helps out a lot.
Do you use the edit in Mocha stuff, or have you not gotten into that?
Yeah, actually, I got Mocha Pro about 2 months ago.
Okay, cool.
And After Effects that has its own built-in Mocha, but it's not their Pro version, and the Pro version unlocks some features like you can make objects disappear or like people disappear. Like, if they come in your frame, you're like, screw that person. You want to take them out. And also, Mocha Pro is just way better than.
I have it, and I still haven't even used it. Yeah, because I just got Sapphire, and it came with it. So.
Oh, okay.
I haven't used Mocha Pro yet, but I have it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, just to give you an example, like something can be super blurry in the background, and if you want to track that, like it'll track it, and you're like, holy crap, how did it do that? You're just like, is this magic? So
dang,
super powerful tool.
That's cool
for motion tracking.
What are some places where people who want to start in After Effects but feel a little bit discouraged or a little bit afraid, what are some like places that they can go to, like, I don't know, like learn After Effects? Because I know people feel like it's like a daunting task when they get in there, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it kind of. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
And a lot of patience. But I mean, if it's good too because you're gonna figure out if it's something you should do or not. Like, if you're passionate about it, you're gonna not really care. But yeah,
Yeah.
I would go to videocopilot.net and watch his tutorials. Like, it was a while ago, so the versions. The After Effects version at that time was a little different, but for the most part, everything should be the same.
Yeah.
And his tutorials are, clear, and they're funny too. So you're like
Yeah.
entertained at the same time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously YouTube still if they don't have anything.
Oh yeah, there's
Yeah,
so
I
many
mean you
resources.
really just have to go through YouTube, and you're gonna get some shitty tutorials, but you're also gonna get some ones where people put some extra effort into them and like really organize the information that you need.
Yeah.
And one thing that I always think is like there's a lot of different ways to do one thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So just keep that in mind when you're doing it. If it doesn't work one way, there's definitely other ways to do it. And After Effects is confusing. Like I've seen people working it and like I don't know, like just the way you have to like I don't know, maneuver and like just like think about the process of like you have this idea in your head, but you have to figure out how to turn it into, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah, what I would do is like, if there's a project you're working on, I would just I don't know, if there's like an idea that you have and you're like, oh man, no, it's too difficult, I would just take it on. Like if the artist asks, if you're working with a music video or something and they're like, hey man, can you do a gunshot? And you don't say no, just like say, yeah, I can do it. And just go on YouTube and there's like 100 tutorials out there on
yeah, gunshots and stuff like that are fairly simple, and like the more you can do things also practically on set, will help sell your VFX a lot more.
Yeah. That too.
Don't just be like, oh, we'll just put it in the edit. Like, no, like, I didn't say that when we were doing the gunshots. Like, I freaking shined a light at the guy's face and, did stuff like that. And then Ariel came in clutch with the blood and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's tight, dude.
Yeah.
But, yeah, is there anything that we could be seeing from you in the future? Or, I don't know, what should we be looking forward to?
No, I'm just trying to make, like, crazy shit. So, like, all the artists I try to work with, I like to do outside of the box stuff. Like there's this one guy I'm gonna work with. He wants to do like a funeral scene in the forest, and he's gonna be in a coffin.
So shit.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm into like Travis Scott type shit. So
tight.
It's weird.
Cool.
Space. Yeah.
So where can people find you?
Probably the best place is my Instagram. Baws BAWS Space World, Baws World.
Is it a space or is it one of those underscores?
It's an underscore.
Oh,
Baws underscore.
Yeah,
world.
it probably should come up either way. But yeah, I'm going to link that below. And then, yeah, is there a secret message for people to say at the end if they made it to the end? What do you want them to say? Type comment below.
I love you.
I love you. Whispers, I love you. Kiss. All right. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed this podcast and found it helpful, make sure to comment below. Leave it a review on iTunes. That is super helpful. I do not make money from this podcast. So when you guys leave it a review, that helps me out a lot. So more people can see the podcast. Share it with your friend, someone who needs to get into shooting VFX. And yeah, make sure to follow Baws World. Check out his work. Make sure to subscribe. I'm Tyler Casey.
This is. What am I supposed to say? This is.
I don't know.
I'm Baws World.
Yeah, you can say whatever.
I'm Ariel.
Yeah, that's Ariel. That's what I've been doing at the end. It's been super awkward every time, but I think I want to keep doing it.
Oh, you should. You should.
But yeah, I used to make people do wolf howls at the end, but I'm not doing that anymore because. Oh man, you clipped. You clipped. Oh man, it's getting loud. Hit it again. Sick. All right, we out.